Testing, testing, testing. Today, I would like to talk about lights, specifically the CX100 by Zhiyun. The Zhiyun is a 100 watt battery operated and also can be powered by USB-C or DC power light. This is a cob light, which is chip on board, and you see this little fella right here. This is fantastic, super bright at 100 watts. This has a built-in fan, a heatsink, and I just want to hop in and talk about the use cases and who I think it's for, who I think it's not for, and the pros and cons of this bad boy. So let's hop right into the pros of this light. The size of this thing makes it very portable, travel friendly. I travel a lot. I've been to a ridiculous amount of countries in the last few years, and this is going with us to Cape Town, South Africa in February. If you want to go on a retreat, check it out in the link below if that's something that you're interested in. I'll show you the size beside a normal 60 watt light. This is it. Holy cow, right? This is facing the same direction as you would have it on the C-stand. That's nuts. Pretty wild, huh? To have a pixel light, which is just your standard RGB light, right beside it. Look at this. No way, shape, form, or fashion this light is even close to being as bright as this light. And since we're talking about pros, I think this is an ideal for YouTubers and photographers, that especially on-site photographers, or even if you're doing studio work, if you want constant light. I feel like what Zhiyun is doing now is making it easier for photographers so we don't have to use as many strobes, because strobes can be cumbersome sometimes whenever you're using TTL, multiple flashes, and trying to see what you're doing, and you're just going back and forth trying to get your flash right. But if you're using constant light, you can see exactly what the scene is going to look like in real time, and that's very powerful to have something like this that you can carry with you on site to a photography photo shoot. Also with video as well, obviously lights for constant have been a thing for them forever, but having something that's this small is very, very, very handy in my opinion. So with this lighting setup, it's pretty cool because I didn't realize that this was going to be as bright as it is. We have Sarah sitting on the couch, and then we have the parabolic umbrella shooting the light up through it just like you would a flash, and it's plenty bright for this scenario. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. And then power off. Boom. Another pro is powerful output, and despite its compact size, having 100 watts shoved into this little bitty case, it's just mind-blowing to me. So that is definitely a pro. It's actually effective in daylight. Here are a few photos and a little bit of BTS of me taking photos of a friend of mine, and I wanted to see if I could shoot him backlit but use this as a light source against the sun. So here those are. CX100 daylight, and then the sun's out. It's kind of hidden behind the cloud right now, but it is that cool.
It's something else.
So that's what that looks like. I mean, it's the middle of the day. It's was it 2:49, and then I turn it off, and that's what we get. Do not forget to subscribe, because it is a free way for you to show me support for all the hard work that I put into these videos. Let's get back to it. I just winked. What the hell is wrong with me? Another pro is the versatile power options. This can be powered by USB-C, DC, and also the battery. And if you look at this light as a standard light that you plug into the wall rather than a battery operated light, I think that your mind will expand a little bit further. So if you look at this again compared to this big guy, this always has to have power from the wall. Just imagine if you could take this from the wall and then shoot somewhere else for 30 minutes on battery power that it has built in. And I think if you look at these like that, that's very helpful to see the true value of something like this. You don't always have to have it battery operated, although it's very nice to have, but in this particular one, that's how I think you should look at this package, is that it is DC powered, USB-C powered light. So another pro is that you can get 30 minutes on this battery at 100%. And of course, the lower your percentages, the longer the battery lasts. I've had it last up to 45 minutes, around 50 to 75%, and that's really nice. I haven't tested it down to the lower numbers. I'm using this light at 1% right now, and this is their X60 RGB, and it's been on battery this whole time, just to kind of show you what that would look like. And that's 60 watts. This is way stronger. Another pro is that it is a bicolor light. It makes it simple. This is so great. Simplicity is key in a lot of ways. This has 2 knobs and 1 button, and to turn it on, you tap the red button once and then you hold it down. Power's on, and then you of course have your dials that are CCT, which is between 2700 Kelvin and 6500 Kelvin, which is a pretty standard range for bicolor lights. And then of course you can dim from 0 to 100 if you want to preserve battery, knock that thing down to 0. The last pro would be the simple design of it. I love the design. It's amazing. The heatsink, the fan, it all looks so cool, retro, but still futuristic at the same time. It's very steampunk in a way, and I just love what they're doing with lights. Yeah, the simplicity is key in a lot of ways. So I love it. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing this and then turn it up so we can get those lights in the background. All right, so now that looks good. This is spectacular. I'm at about 75% here, and I do have my ND filter turned almost all the way down right now. If that tells you anything about the brightness of this light. It's kind of hard to show brightness just through video, but I just wanted to give you a little demonstration of what you could do with it. So I'll show you the setup. All right, so here we just have the Bones mount adapter on the lantern, and then me sitting here. Pretty simple, straightforward. Boom. All right, so Jacob Morris, Ashland Morris filming. We have the CX100 right now, putting out light for Jacob. And the stage that we have in AJ is actually putting out blue light, but I set up their 60 watt light over here, the RGB, and it is purple to kick off of that blue a little bit, just to give it more of a neon look on the side for a little kicker. So yeah, this is our lighting setup. All these lights that they have in here are incredible already, so it's already looking amazing. So yeah, that's before the light. I mean without.
I wonder if a place like that can bring love back. Remember Laguna, remember the feeling. Sunset at the montage, swore it would never end. But time rolls on, I guess you did too.
Let's hop into the cons. Con number 1, no detachable battery. You can't take this battery off even if you wanted to. The X100, which is the big brother to this one, does have a detachable battery. So if you took this off, just imagine running this light without this, which would be crazy because that's very tiny for 100 watts, and then you could charge it or run it off of DC or USB-C straight with 100 watts on this very small package. So if you're willing to spend about $80 extra, you could get the X100 and have the benefit of having that and the LCD screen. So that definitely reduces the flexibility of this light. But if we look at it back like we did before as it's a bonus, I think that's a good way to view this light. Another con is there is no LCD screen, so you can't see where you were before if you're moving from place to place within a set. And I could see that being a problem for some people. Honestly, if you're able to just look at the side, you can see what your value is on both DIM and CCT. So if you're not needing to be exact all the time, I think this will be fine, and you don't need the LCD screen. Simplicity, easy. So, but that is a con. Another con is that this does not have a Bluetooth capability. I do love that the X60 RGB, which is RGB, has a Bluetooth app, which is really nice. As you can see, I can change the light however I want to, and that's just a beautiful thing, because who doesn't want a cool light with a Bluetooth feature? This isn't really a con, it's just more like I should tell you about it, is that you don't want to turn this on face down, because it will probably burn a hole in whatever you have, because these lights are really hot. and there are stickers on here that tell you that whenever you first buy it, so just be careful. It does dissipate very quickly because it does have this nice heatsink and the fan that work very well. And of course, the last thing, which is pretty bothersome to me, is that you do have additional costs for this light, and maybe not everybody, but me. You have to buy a Bowens mount adapter, which I purchased for $30 to attach this to any of your soft boxes or diffusers that are Bowens mount, because they do have the proprietary Zhiyun mount, and that's all you get. With this, you do get 60% brighter light, by the way. That's a $30 expense, so this ends up being about a $210 light if you go that route. But if you want the more expensive Big Brother, the X100, you're looking at $350. So this is still the cheaper option if you want a Bowens mount. In conclusion, the CX100 is a compact light that is really good for traveling filmmakers or photographers. I would definitely not consider it as a professional light, but if you are a professional, this would be a great light to have on the side, especially if you need it in a pinch. If you're a YouTuber, this is fantastic. I just can't say how much easier my life has been with this light, changing it from my huge light that I've showed you. I haven't used it once since I had these lights, and it's just amazing how my workflow has changed and how easy it is to get around in my small space with this light because of that. And also, if you're a photographer, great option to get out of the flash world, or if flash is scary to you. This is really nice. You can't overpower a flash by any means with this. Flashes are super bright and they have their place, but there are a lot of times when I could definitely use this over a flash, and it's not a problem. While it has some limitations like a non-detachable battery, no LCD screen, its versatility and ease of use make it a valuable addition to any lighting kit. For those on a budget, the CX100 offers great value at $179, but be prepared to add the additional cost of the Bowens mount adapter for $30. If you need more flexibility and features, consider the X100, which offers detachable battery and an LCD screen, although it does have a higher price point starting at $250. That's not with the Bowens mount adapter, but it does have more options where you could get other batteries and attach them. So if you wanted to run off battery the whole time and you needed something on like a movie set or a small project, that would be really ideal for your situation. But for me and the things that I do, this is great. But if those are things that you don't need, then this might be great for you. The CX100 by Zhiyun, they knocked it out of the park. The design is fantastic. The battery life is enough for me, and most of the times I just run it from the wall. But I do use it at photo shoots and video shoots as well, especially if I need something quick and easy. This light has not let me down, and hopefully it never will. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I appreciate you guys watching this so much.